Crockpot meals are one of my favorite ways to make dinners. Dinners always turn out super moist and delicious. I absolutely love that it saves me time, and that way I'm not sleeping over my stove in a hot kitchen. Today I have 5 delicious chicken dinners that I know that you guys are going to love. Let's get started. Tonight's dinner, I'm going to be making some chicken and noodles. So this is basically just going to be a dump and go type of a recipe. I am going to need 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. I'm going to need about 2 pounds of chicken. You guys can do chicken thighs or chicken breasts, whichever you guys prefer. I think chicken thighs are really good for like chicken and noodles, chicken noodle soup, stuff like that. I think chicken thighs are really, really good. I'm going to need about half a stick of butter. And then I'm going to need some chicken broth. And here are the seasonings I'm going to need. I'm going to need some Italian seasoning, some garlic powder, onion powder, pepper, and some salt. So let's get started in this delicious crockpot meal. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add in my chicken. I trimmed off most of what I could on the skin. Sometimes those skins are kind of hard to get off, or the fat, I mean. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add in both of our cans of cream of chicken soup. Next, I'm going to add about 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, and then 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm going to put in 4.5 cups of chicken broth. This is about 4 cups right here. And then I'll just add just like a little bit of water. It'll be fine. Here's my 1/2 cup of water. I'm also going to add in our 1/2 stick of butter. I'm going to let this cook on low for 4 hours. You guys can definitely cook this on high for 2 to 3. It's just whatever your preference is. I want this for dinner, so it's 1 o'clock right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and let this cook for 4 hours on low. Okay, this has been cooking on low for about 4 hours. Now I'm just going to go ahead and take out my chicken and then shred it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this back in without making a huge mess. And then I'm also going to put in 8 ounces of egg noodles. And then I'm going to let this cook for another 45 minutes. Just until these noodles are done cooking. And then we will have dinner ready to go. Alright, so this has been cooking for another hour. And this is looking really, really good. It made it pretty creamy. A little bit more thicker than what it was when we started off with. So we're going to just put this over mashed potatoes, put some parsley on it, and call it a winter dinner. Okay, and then I'm just going to put that right on top like that. And we have some delicious chicken and noodles over some potatoes. And then I paired this with some carrots. Next, we're going to be making some creamy ranch chicken. So to the bottom of my crock pot, I'm going to put about 1/2 pound of carrots. And then I have 4 yellow Yukon Gold potatoes that I'm going to put down. I have about 3 pounds of chicken thighs that I'm going to put on top. Then I need about 1 ounce of ranch seasoning. I need 2 cans of cream of chicken soup, and then I'm going to need 1 block of cream cheese. I'm going to let this cook on a low heat for about 6 hours, and then we will have dinner on the table in about 6 hours. Okay, we're going to check our dinner here tonight. I'm just going to kind of mix everything up as best as I can. And I'm hopeful that my carrots on the bottom are nice and cooked through. We have our chicken over here, which is super, super tender. And then we have our not our carrots, but our potatoes that are nice and soft. I love the Yukon Gold. And then we have our carrots here. Very, very delicious and nutritious dinner here. And then I also paired it with some homemade bread. So this is our dinner today. We're going to be making some honey garlic chicken. So I need about 4 to 6 chicken thighs at the bottom of my crock pot. You guys can definitely use like some chicken legs instead. I was debating between chicken legs and chicken thighs, but I absolutely love chicken thighs, so I'm going to go ahead and use that today. Right on top of that, I'm going to put a 1/2 cup of soy sauce. And then I have a 1/3 cup of honey. Okay. 1/2 cup of ketchup. I need about 4 garlic cloves, so I'm going to do about 3 tablespoons worth of garlic. 2 tablespoons of parsley. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of oregano. Okay, and then that is it. I'm going to let this cook on high for about 3 to 4 hours, or you can cook this on low for 4 to 5 hours. Okay, I let this cook on high for about 3 hours, and it is so tender, you guys. It is seasoned beautifully. It's just like falling off the bone here. And I just love all the garlic and the honey on it. Guys, this is a winner chicken dinner. And then I paired mine with like some homemade bread and some green beans. I also had some rice that did not fit on my plate. But here's our dinner tonight. Okay, here are the ingredients we're going to need for tonight's meal. I'm going to need about 1/2 jar of pepperoncinis, and then I need about 1 ounce of ranch seasoning. And I'm going to need 1 packet of all just gravy mix, and then 1/2 of a cup of butter, which is 1 stick. And then I'm going to need about 3 to 4 chicken breasts. Okay, I'm going to take my chicken and just dump them at the very bottom of my crock pot. I only have 3 chicken breasts. 3 to 4 is about what you're going to need. And then I'm going to take my all just gravy mix. Alright, and then I'm going to take about 1 ounce of ranch, or you guys can do like those packets. I usually just buy these big things and measure it out, or whatever I think it's going to be. And then I have 1 stick of butter we're going to put right on top. Just like so. And then I had this in the fridge. I'm just going to get rid of this. You need about 1/2 jar, so this is about perfect. And then I'm going to throw some carrots in here so we can have that as a side. And then put the lid on. Let this cook on high for about 4 hours. Okay, this has been cooking on high for about 4.5 hours. Now I'm going to go ahead and take out all of my carrots, all the vegetables, and then I'm going to take out my chicken as well. I just want to get this juice right here. I'm going to get a little bit thicker so we can kind of have a gravy, and then I'm going to shred up this chicken just a little bit. Okay, as I'm taking out all the carrots, you know, the juice is actually fairly thick. I don't think I'm going to thicken it. So I'm just going to go ahead and shred this up. And then we will be ready to eat. And I want that juice in there with that chicken. It's going to make it super tender. I got a couple carrots here. Here is our dinner today. We're having some green beans and then the carrots. And then here is our chicken. It is super tender. It's soaked up in all of that gravy mix that we had. Very delicious. And then I also paired it with a salad. Tonight we're going to be making some chicken queso nachos. So here are all the ingredients we're going to be needing for tonight's meal. So I'm going to start off with some green chilies. And then we're going to need this whole packet of taco seasoning. I'm only going to need about 1/2 cup of chicken broth. And then I have some, basically you guys can do rotels, or, and yes, I do say it with an S, or you can do, I'm just going to use up these diced tomatoes, green chilies, almost the same thing. And then we're going to need about a cup of queso, and then of course we're going to need about 3 chicken breasts. I'm going to start off by putting in 3 very large chicken breasts at the very bottom of my crock pot. Next, I'm going to sprinkle in our taco seasoning mix. Okay, then we have our can of diced tomatoes. We have our can of green chilies. We have half a cup of chicken broth. And then I'm going to put in about a cup of queso. I'm not going to measure, I'm just going to guess. That looks about right. Okay, we're going to put the lid on, and I'm going to let this cook on a low heat for about 5 to 6 hours. So I'll see you guys then. Okay, so it has been cooking for about 5 hours. I'm going to go ahead and just shred this up. Okay, so I went ahead and got all this shredded up, and look, these are looking so good. These are going to make some delicious nachos. This is like the perfect amount of chicken with the amount of liquid. I am really looking forward to this. I think these nachos are going to be so good. Okay, so I have my chips ready to go. I'm just going to put right on top. Just like that. Okay, and then I topped mine with some things that we had in my fridge. I put some rice, some salsa, some lettuce, some sour cream, some beans I had recently made, piled them on top, and y'all, this is looking phenomenal. This wraps up my Crockpot video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that it was a blessing to you and your family. I hope that you guys found a new recipe to take home with you and to try. If you do try any of these recipes, please let me know and leave a comment in the comment section. And give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.